I see we've installed cloaking devices now. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. This is Arm Bushido for Dry Socks AAR, and today I'd like to generally go over some Armored Warfare news that's been lingering around all week. This includes some patch notes. Go over another vehicle they posted on the site. And just generally related Armored Warfare stuff. I felt I've been kind of harsh on the game lately, and maybe rightfully so. Still, maybe try to be a little positive about it. One of the main things I've harped on continually is I felt, why reinvent the game? You should have just focused on content, and then going forward from this point, I think we need to see content fast and furiously to generate interest in the game. Marketing's going to help. That's probably one of the bigger keys, but content. And it looks like we're going to receive a patch. The preliminary patch notes are up. I'm not going to go through every one. I'm going to hit on some key ones. But it looks like we'll probably see the patch probably in 2 weeks, which is going to correspond probably with another event, Labor Day. And again, I'm just going to hit on some key things. Probably the predominant one out of the patch notes is, of course, the UI change. And how let's just address the elephant in the room. It looks like World of Tanks. And that's okay. The more I look at it, the better I feel about it. But let's just kind of go over and pick out the things that that are improvement. And again, these are all opinions. I think UI, again, is like graphics or like anything. Everybody has their tastes, and it'll hit everybody differently. Anyway, so let's take a peek. Okay, so the first thing we notice, again, it's definitely a clone of World of Tanks. Okay, so we'll just push that off to the side. The other thing I noticed, for me at least, is the fact that it's the general trend in the industry to create this flatness. Everything is flat. You see that with Windows 10, you see it with the new OS X, you see it with Ubuntu, applications, everything. It's generally just kind of got this flatness to it. I do kind of miss, comparing to the old UI. I mean, the old UI was kind of bright, had this neo-tech thing going on. Now we got more of this earth tone, type thing. However, I do like the change with the way the ammo looks. That it's definitely, I don't know, it just kind of grabs me a little better there. I do like the way on the carousel. I like the way the 3D models look now. Hopefully that we'll be able to do a double tree carousel or something like that. And then also moving forward, when you look at the module type stuff, it looks like it flows a little better. You know what your next tank was. And again, the old one, I enjoyed the old one, but I do see where it did need some improvements. And I think here, even if we are, say, cloning someone else, maybe they're, if you can't, as they say, you can't beat them, join them kind of thing. So overall, I am kind of excited to see this. I think, I think it actually may, again, any content change improvement can help, draw you into the game, and UI is one of them. So the next discussion out of the patch notes will be the spotting changes. The server now performs spotting checks 2.5 times more often than before to reduce the disappearing or suddenly appearing tank issue. Where it previously took up to 2 seconds for a vehicle to appear following an event that would reveal it, for example, firing the gun. Now it only takes 0.8 seconds at most. Okay, so spotting mechanics. In Armored Warfare and World of Tanks, I've always... it's really something that just irks me. I know I seen a tank on a hill. I can see that far. There's nothing blocking my view. I spotted it, and then it disappears. And yes, we know the tank's there, and if you fire to that location, you should hit the vehicle. However, it's just, I don't know, it's a game mechanic, and I have to accept that, and maybe I play too much War Thunder. But really, it's an issue that just, it probably one of the issues in these games that I just, it causes a lot of frustration. But anyway, it sounds like they've recognized some issues with it, which if you notice in the video you're watching now, that you can see where the M1 disappears and reappears. That's like literally right in front of me. Anyway, again, it is a game mechanic, and it's just something that it's there, and I just have to kind of turn a blind eye, and hopefully it gets improved. So next up, we have the Object 187. I don't know about everybody else. I'm getting a little burned out on the T-Series tanks. I get it. It's easy probably for them to do, based upon, the model probably isn't that far off from, in this case, probably the T-72. It's just that I would start to like to see, maybe, again, maybe some tanks from countries that are not always represented. South Korea, Japan, Turkey. As we know, in the modern era, manufacturing has gotten easier for countries that are smaller, and they're now able to produce their own main battle tanks. And I'd just like to start seeing them represented other than, Germany, America, Britain, and Russia all the time. Anyway, again, the link will be down below. You can kind of read over it. I don't want to go too far into it. Basically, it's another T-Series. All right, you've listened to me drone on long enough. I just wanted to touch on a few of the key points that I've seen throughout the week. Again, all the links will be down below. You can peruse them, and probably a lot of people already have. I'm a little late on the draw in doing this video. Beer interrupted my work. Anyway, one of the final things I was going to touch on is there's an event coming up. Labor Day event to receive, normal, get some decals, win 5 battles from April 28th to May 2nd. That's in PvP, Global Operations, Good Luck North America, and of course PvE Medium Hard. So again, event. And again, I suspect we'll probably see the... Right now, as my understanding is that the 2.0 patch is on the Russian servers, and it always seems like we're about 2 weeks behind. I have no foreknowledge. Again, I'm just speculating, guessing. So, but I imagine in a couple weeks we'll see the 2.0 patch. It's not a really heavy patch, so you know what? It could even come sooner. Anyway, some other things I'd like to touch on. Being on North America, there is just no PvP. There is none. And I'm going to get on my little soapbox here now and maybe throw a little negative again towards the game. So I've been doing some PvE. Okay, great. It's I enjoyed what I did. But after a few rounds, it's pretty boring. I don't find it to be challenging, especially when your AI just sits there. It is what it is. I know for North America, that seems to be the predominant player base. I have no issues getting in a PvE round at any time of the day, at least for what little bit I've played, and I haven't played a lot, but I've done early morning, I've done late evening, and it takes less than 30 seconds, and I'm in and I'm playing around, which is great. But then, of course, you go to the PvP, and I think the best match I've had is a one-on-one. That's what I pulled, was a one-on-one. So there you have it. Also, the things I've noticed, at least from a mechanic standpoint, first off, for me, I played the M11 MGS. I played the MGS, the Striker, with the 105. I've noticed the driving mechanics are just absolutely, at this point in time, they're a little bit squirrely. I was not thrilled with them at all. It felt like I'm fighting the vehicle. On the other side of that note, though, I do like now that when you blow out the tires, it does affect the driving. In fact, I lost one tire on each side of the Striker, and all of a sudden now the driving felt a little better. I was sluggish in my responsiveness, but it felt tighter. I don't know. Some things that really need to be worked out. The other thing I've noticed is that the matches do last longer. Survivability is definitely up. I don't know. Again, I need to reevaluate what the actual changes, but it seems like penetration is down. It seems like it takes a lot more bouncing going on. Is there more hit points to the vehicles? I don't know. I don't have a one-to-one comparison. Also, in PvE, it just seems like the quote-unquote boss fight. It's the guys with the stars now. They're not different colors. They have 2 stars on their end. I feel like I'm playing World of Warcraft now, and it feels like they just have amped up hit point pools, and you just have to chew through them. That's all it is just a big, wear down the hit points. And again, at least World of Warcraft has boss mechanics. This here is just kind of sad. And I'm not saying every PvE map is simple. The ones I played, generally, we did not struggle at all. And I even had a match where we had 0 main battle tanks. It was all, I had an artillery, I was in a Striker, I think we had a Thunderbolt, a Sphinx, and there's another vehicle in there, but no, I had 0 main battle tanks, and we did not even really at no one point in time. In fact, my greatest struggle was I was running out of ammunition, and I couldn't decide if I really wanted to burn my thing, which I ended up burning it because I was just like, it's not like I don't have the money to replace it. So anyway, again, I think the game's focus now is not only content, but marketing needs to play into this really heavily. So we can start, North America can get some player base in the PvP, because right now it's just absolutely, it's dead. And I don't know if there's a way for them to even just, maybe even when I queue up from North America, queue me into Europe at this point at low times or something. I don't know. Somebody, actually I should say it is most definitely possible. It's just getting the developers to get off their butts and do it. Anyway, I've droned on long enough. Off soapbox. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found something that's informative. Please hit like, please hit dislike. You know the drill. Leave comments what I can do but better. Somebody mentioned my mic was a little messed up. Hopefully I've got that corrected. I'm not sure. It could be a distance thing. Anyway, this is Arm Bushido for Dry Sucks AAR, and I hope you all have a great week. And hopefully we'll see some news come out, even some more news and maybe some different vehicles. Anyway, kudos to y'all, and have a great day.